Hi everyone, I'm so glad that you could join me this evening for our Engage moment, our Thursdays Wiggles and Giggles. Tonight I'm going to be reading to you and we actually have a book here. I know it's pink and I know it says Gigi, the Royal Tea Party. Now, if we have any boys out there, you might be thinking, why would I want to listen to that? Well, first of all, it's a great book. And then second, there's no reason why you can't read a pink book with a girl as the main character. And third, who doesn't want to know how to have a royal tea party? I mean, everyone should need to know how to do that. So let's go ahead and get started in the book, and I hope you enjoy it. This was actually, I'm trying to shift so you get to see, this book was actually gifted to Sally Grace from Pastor Derby and Dr. Derby for, I can't remember which birthday it was, but she must have been on the younger side because she's 15 now and she's grown out of this book, but I hope that you all enjoy it. So let's go ahead. I'll make sure you get to see the pictures after I read the page. Gigi had big news. She sat on the bed with her cat, discussing her problem. Lord Fluffy, it is my royal duty as princess to tell Francis the good news. How shall I make my announcement? Lord Fluffy seemed more concerned with Gigi's bunny slippers than her exciting news. Certainly not, she cried indignantly. One does not pounce on a princess with this kind of news. It has to be delivered very carefully. I am sure Francis will faint this time. Oh, goodness me. And here's the pictures. There's Gigi in her bed on the first page, and there she is with, what's his name? Lord Fluffy. Lord Fluffy pouncing on her right there. So silly. Daddy, if you had to deliver wonderful but very important news and there wasn't a moment to spare, how would you do it? Gigi asked the next morning at breakfast. I think I would pick up the phone, Princess, if the news was urgent. I was trying to find something more royal, Gigi says. And there she is talking to her daddy at breakfast, and she sat in her chair pondering. I see that cat. I wonder if he's in every picture, Lord Fluffy. You see? I never noticed that before. Gigi lay on her bed and tried to think of ways a princess could make a royal announcement. I've got it! I could have a band. There must be a procession. She picked up her pink telephone and began to dial. Maggie, this is Gigi, she said. I need you to play for a royal announcement tomorrow. How would you like to be part of Gigi's pink parade players? Sorry, Gigi, but I have dance class tomorrow, her friend replied. But this is important, Gigi said, and one would consider it an honour to be asked. Sorry, Maggie replied, but if you want, you can borrow my flute. Do you think I could learn to play in one night? Gigi asked. Well, perhaps not. So there she is having a talk with her friend. Gigi tried all her friends, but it was no use. The answer was always the same. Sorry, but my dog ate my drum. See that big doggy there? He ate his drum. I wonder if my doggy could do that. I've got a very big doggy. I broke my pinky finger, said the next one. My brother sat on my trumpet. My lizard is loose. So there we have all the characters right there. Lots of drama going on that page. Suddenly it came to her. I shall simply have to hire a band. I have an itchy nose. Does that mean that the Easter Bunny's coming to visit me? I'm not sure what that means. Maybe. Gigi took her pink piggy bank off the shelf and emptied out the contents. I don't think this will be enough, she said. I think I would need at least $5. And there she is counting her money. She doesn't seem to have enough. I know, Gigi said, jumping up and down on her bed. I could make my announcement on TV. Gigi imagined herself standing in front of the camera. Hello, America! This is Princess Gigi, interrupting your regularly scheduled program with an important announcement. Frances is God's little princess too. Too dangerous, Gigi decided. Frances would definitely faint. So the announcement that Gigi wants to make, as you can see in this picture, she's very happy that she's realised how to do it. And she wanted to go on television because what she wanted to say to her friend, that she's imagining has fainted here, she wanted to say, the announcement, Frances is God's little princess too. That's quite an announcement. I would call that a royal announcement. Okay. A small plane. That's what we need, Lord Fluffy. We could fly low over Frances's house with a humongous sign. And on the sign it says, Frances, prepare to faint. Nah, too predictable, she said. And there she is coming up with her idea of flying over Frances's house. That's quite creative. I think she's a very creative little girl. Now I've really got it, she cried so loudly that Lord Fluffy shot up in the air. We will have to have a royal tea party. I was wondering when we were going to get to the royal tea party. That is the proper way. Well, I agree. And Frances will love it. So here's Gigi looking very excited because she's worked out what she's going to do. A royal tea party. That's what you should do. Whenever you don't know what to do and you're confused, have a royal tea party. That's my suggestion. Gigi ran downstairs to ask her mum. Mum, may I invite Frances for a royal tea party tomorrow? I think that would be lovely, her mummy replied. Is it a special occasion? The most special of all, Gigi said. Tomorrow I will tell Frances that she is a princess too. What joy. And there she is telling her mummy. Oops, we skipped a page. And there's that cat. Gigi started preparing right away. Mummy, do you know where the balloons are? She asked. I need a lot, and I can only use pink ones for the royal cat-drawn carriage. What's the cat-drawn carriage for? Her mum asked. I feel that I should deliver the invitation in person, Gigi replied. There she is with her cat wagon. Uh-oh. Don't know how that's going to go down with Mr. Royal Fluffy Cat. Gigi sat on the floor and blew. Yeah. She blew and she blew and she blew. See, she's trying to blow balloons up there. So she's got a whole bag of balloons that she's trying to blow up. It looks like she's having a little bit of trouble. Soon Gigi had 6 pink balloons, but was feeling not so in the pink. There she is. She's not feeling great after blowing up that many balloons. Gigi and Lord Fluffy set off as Mummy watched from the porch. "Oh, Mummy, will you call Frances and ask her to look out of her window?" Gigi said. Look at this. I can't wait to show you close up. Tail up, Lord Fluffy. You should be thrilled to be part of the Royal Announcement Parade. I'll show you that before we move on. Look at that picture. Isn't that hilarious? Gigi is calling out her announcement, and then Lord Fluffy is not looking very happy. And then, oh dear, look at that. He's refusing to walk. And then the next thing, he's in the wagon. So that doesn't look like a huge success, but let's see what happens next. As they approached Frances's house, Lord Fluffy jumped out and ran away. Balloons dragging, Gigi was horrified. She looked up at Frances's bedroom window. "I'm going home. Everything has gone wrong." There she is. Can you see Frances up in the window there, looking out? Oh. "This has been one of the worst days in my whole life," Gigi announced to her mum. "I quit," she says. Frances will just have to live in ignorance of the extremely large hugeness of what I had to share. There she is in her bath, not looking too happy. "Do you think Frances would quit on you, Gigi?" her mummy asked gently. "Or do you think that God would quit on us if we didn't understand at first how much he loves us?" "No, Mummy, I'm sure God would never quit on his little princesses or princes." Okay. When Gigi came downstairs in her PJs, Daddy was laughing. "What's so funny, Daddy?" she asked. "I just got off the phone with Frances's father. He wants to know if she can stop looking out of her window now." Isn't that funny? I showed you that page before where Frances was looking out of her window waiting for Gigi, and Frances's dad just got a phone call saying, "Can Frances stop looking out of the window now?" So she must have been there a very long time waiting for Gigi's announcement. So let's see what happens next. "She was still looking?" Gigi asked with a smile. "She really is a very good friend. Perhaps I should just call her and invite her to the tea party after all." The next day, the two friends sat out in the garden talking. Soon, Mummy brought out the tea tray. "Thank you, Mummy," Gigi said. "Yes, thank you," Frances added. "Gigi, what were you going to show me yesterday?" "I looked out the window for hours, but the only thing I saw was your cat running through the garden with balloons." Gigi sighed with embarrassment. "Let's just ask the blessing." So they're going to bless their food and their drink before they have it. Oh, did I show you that close up? I don't think I did. Isn't that a nice picture? There they are. Look at the cat. Having a great time at the tea party. Okay, I'm going to read this bit to you. Well, let me show you the picture. There's Gigi praying to God. And this is her prayer. "Dear God, thank you for my friend Frances and for the wonderful news that I have been trying to tell her for days, that she is your daughter and God's little princess, just like me. But it's been very hard and things kept going wrong, and I almost quit. But Francis didn't quit on me, and you don't quit on us. So I am here once more to announce to Francis that she is your princess too, and I'm going to let her use the royal cup, so now she knows. And Amen. That was a nice prayer, wasn't it? Let's see. Let me show you the picture before I read it. Can anyone see what's happened? Gigi opened her eyes and smiled. Things had gone even better than expected. As she moved the royal cup to Francis's side of the table, she gazed down at her friend lying on the grass. Francis had fainted. So Francis had heard the great news that she is also God's princess, and she was so overwhelmed that she fainted. She's okay though, look. See, here on the next page. Gigi knelt beside her dazed friend and said, "This is the best day of our lives, Francis. We are both God's little princesses." And at the end, here is a quote that is actually from the Bible. See, there's a teapot and a teacup, and here's the quote, and it's from the book of Deuteronomy. You can find it, Deuteronomy 14, and this is the quote. I'll read it to you here. God chose you out of all the people on earth as his cherished personal treasure. Now, let me read that again. Now, when I read this, boys and girls and parents, guardians, friends, whoever may be listening to this, know that I am reading this to you personally. So this is a message for you. God chose you out of all the people on earth as his cherished personal treasure. And I also want to go back to Gigi's prayer. There she is saying her prayer. I want to go back to the prayer, and where does it say in here? Oh, that she prayed to God and said, "I'm here once more to announce to Francis that she is your princess." And that's what I wanted to say to you, that Francis prayed and let Francis know. Gigi prayed and let Francis know that she is God's princess. Well, you are God's princess. You are God's prince. You are God's queens and kings. You are here because God chooses for you to be here. You have a purpose, and to pass that on to someone else, just like Gigi did, to let people know that God loves them. Gigi was so overwhelmed and excited that Francis, I keep getting them muddled. Francis was so overwhelmed and excited that she passed out. She fainted. So I'm not encouraging you to go around making people faint, but I am encouraging you to share the good news that God not only chose you as his cherished loved ones, he chose others too. And there are others that don't even know it. So think of someone that you can tell. All right, I've had such a lovely time being with you tonight. I want to announce that on Tuesday we are doing our new series called Did You Know? Now, last week I talked about fasting. Did you know about fasting? Now, I teach all this in a way that you children will understand. So on Tuesday, I will let you know the subject over the weekend. But on Tuesday, tune in for Did You Know? And I will be talking, each week I will have a different subject and teach you something that you may not ever have known. See? Making you smarter week by week. What else have I got to announce? We have the Lent study coming up at the end of February. So make sure that you get that on your calendars for Thursdays at 5 o'clock. I haven't got my calendar. Oh, I do have my calendar in front of me. It's February 25th or 28th. Where are we? Thursday, 25th. That is when we are starting our children's Lent study. And keep checking into the Grace Children's Ministry Facebook page, because I will be putting things up there about fasting. So not just giving up food. I hope you watched Tuesday's episode. It's not just giving up food, it's also taking things on, and I'll be posting on that daily. All right, I hope everyone is well, and love to each and every one of you. Get in touch with me if you need me. Okay, cheers and good night.